The reason I love optometry so much is because not only do you get to help patients with their sight, which most people would say is one of the most important senses, is because you also get to deal with the diagnosis of diseases and the treatment of diseases. Not only that, but you get to establish a camaraderie with your patients. And with the diversity here at SCO, you see all sorts of disease in, a downtown atmosphere, whereas other places you may not necessarily get that exposure. And I think that definitely makes SCO stand out in preparation for its students. It was hard for me in the beginning to think about moving from Kansas, where I'm from. I went to undergrad in Kansas, and I'm from there, so I never really branched outside of Kansas. So I was nervous in the beginning about how I was going to adapt to living in a new state away from my friends and family. But seriously, the second that we all met each other, we became such close friends, and I think that's such a huge blessing. I don't think every school necessarily has that kind of tight-knit group. And I remember the first 2 weeks before we even started class, we hung out almost every single day. And it has been such a wonderful feeling to have that, support system here and also the staff and faculty, they do exactly the same thing. So it's been so wonderful. One of the reasons I loved SCO so much was because of the clinic. Every aspect of the clinic helps prepare each and every student for the future, We have state-of-the-art equipment here at SCO, and, just having that exposure to different, technology and also different kinds of patients, I think that's really important. There are new laws being passed every day, helping certain states that, may not have as many opportunities to treat patients as others. And I think that's only going to improve. For example, Tennessee may have the option to perform laser procedures on their patients. And I think, in the future, more and more states will follow suit. And, our scope of practice will expand even more from what it is right now. Actually shadowed a former student at SCO, and she had nothing but wonderful things to say about SCO. And it was before I had really done a lot of research on optometry schools, and the other doctors I shadowed didn't have quite as many wonderful things to say about their schools. And then finally, when I came for my interview, the first thing I noticed was how wonderful and welcoming the school was to me. Like, from the moment I stepped in the door, the security guards greeted me like I was a member of the family. And like, my entire time during my interview, I felt like they singled me out and really cared about me and knew about me and wanted me to become part of the family, which I really loved. I'm a member of SFOSH, which is an organization that goes on mission trips every year to Central and South America. And most recently, I went to Nicaragua in May, and we saw over 1,000 patients in 4 days. And it was such an incredible experience to have that exposure to different diseases, whereas your first year, you don't necessarily see all of that because you're, working with your classmates who are, for the most part, healthy and have healthy eyes. And to be able to have that exposure at, such an early stage of my optometric career is incredible, and it makes me so much more excited for, what's to come. And I feel even more prepared than some of my other classmates for when I go to the clinic. There's so many options at SCO for you to give back to your community, whether it be locally or internationally as well. I am absolutely thrilled with my choice at SCO. I didn't end up interviewing anywhere else once I came to SCO because I knew 100% that this was the right fit for me. And I have not had one single regret since coming here that I didn't make the right decision or anything like that.